this lecture, we will study about the soil. We say what soil. First, you see soil biology. What do you mean by soil biology? What is soil biology? Means soil biology, we can say the living organism which is associated with the soil. You can say it as a soil biology. Living organism associated with the soil, that is soil biology. And yes, now in soil biology, or in the organism which is associated with the soil, that can be two types. One can be flora, soil flora, and one can be soil fauna. Flora term is related to the plant and fauna term is related to the animal. And see, now soil flora has soil microflora. Soil flora has soil microflora, that is bacteria, actinomycetes, fungi, algae, and soil macroflora also, like plant roots, all these. What happens? Soil flora you have divided in two parts: soil microflora and soil macroflora. Soil microflora, in soil microflora, what you have seen in soil microflora?
Bacteria.
That in soil microflora you have seen bacteria and actinomycetes, fungi, all these. And macroflora you are talking about the plant parts, all these. Okay, now when there is a soil microflora and you just talked about the bacteria, then bacteria are heterotrophic also and autotrophic also. Autotrophic means which prepare their own food through the process of photosynthesis, and heterotroph, the organism which depend on other organism for their foods. Okay, then bacteria can be both autotrophic as well as heterotrophic. In autotrophic, one is photoautotrophic, means that uses light energy and for their food preparation. And like example, you can take that chlorobium, chloromatium. These are the photoautotrophic bacteria. And in autotrophic only, other is chemoautotrophic, which uses chemical, like thiobacillus, leptospirillum. These are the chemoautotrophs. Although they are autotrophs, in autotrophs two part. One which is using chemical energy, and other which is using light energy. If they are using light energy, then there are photoautotrophs, and if they are using chemical energy, then chemoautotrophs. The important is not photoautotroph or this chemoautotrophs. Important is their example. Okay, so don't focus on photoautotroph and chemoautotrophs. What example I said, that you should write. Next, in heterotrophic bacteria, there are two groups. One is non-nitrogen fixing, and other is nitrogen fixing. One is non-nitrogen fixing bacteria, and other is nitrogen fixing bacteria. Means it is clear from here that if we talk about the nitrogen fixing bacteria, it means they are automatically heterotrophs, right? It is no need to tell here that whether they are autotroph or heterotrophs. Means nitrogen fixing bacteria are heterotrophs. Okay, in a non-nitrogen fixing bacteria, one is aerobic and another is anaerobic. In which non-nitrogen fixing bacteria, one is aerobic and other is anaerobic. If you talk about the aerobic non-nitrogen fixing bacteria, they are ammonifiers. And if you are talking anaerobic, they are denitrifiers, denitrification. Do you remember? Study I taught. Don't get confused. It is little bit, this classification is confusing, but you have to remember. Now, I'm coming to nitrogen fixing bacteria. In nitrogen fixing bacteria, one is symbiotic, like rhizobium. Another is non-symbiotic, like azotobacter. And see, in a nitrogen fixing bacteria, and in case of non-symbiotic, one is aerobic and other is anaerobic. Non-symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria, non-symbiotic nitrogen fixing aerobic bacteria is azotobacter, and in nitrogen fixing bacteria, non-symbiotic anaerobic bacteria is clostridium. Although I'll give you data, don't worry, don't pinch your head. And one is as associative symbiotic, that is azoospermia. And this question was asked in RRB SO last year. Associative symbiotic. Okay. Now, generally, what happens? Bacterial population in soil ranges from 10 to the power 8 to the 10 to the power 9 gram. Okay, 9 per gram of the soil. And biomass ranges from 450 to 45 kg per hectare. This is the regarding bacteria. And when you talk about regarding actinomycetes, then what happens? Its population ranges from 10 to the power 7 to 10 to the power 8 per gram of the soil, and biomass ranges from 450 to 4500 kg per hectare. When you talk about the fungi, its population varies from 10 to power 5 to 10 power 6 per gram of the soil, and biomass 1120 to 11,200 kg per hectare. This is no use. Now the question I just, if you're talking about the population in normal soil, which have the highest population? Bacteria, actinomycetes, fungi, or algae?
Bacteria.
How many of you satisfy with the answer bacteria? Bhagsri, anyone else?
Sir, bacteria.
Anyone?
Bacteria, sir.
Bacteria, sir.
Now I'm talking about the acidic soil. Which microbes population will be highest?
Fungus.
Fungi.
Okay. Now I'm talking in alkaline soil, which microbial population will be highest?
Actinomycetes.
Very good.
Actinomycetes.
Very good. Now when you talk about the normal soil, the population order is bacteria followed by actinomycetes, then fungi, then algae. When you talk about the acidic soil, it's fungi in highest, then bacteria, then actinomycetes. And when you talk about the alkaline soil, then actinomycetes followed by bacteria, then fungi. Okay. Now, if you talk about the soil organism, then see, they are useful in organic matter decomposition. They are useful in the nitrogen fixation. They are useful in inorganic transformation. Did I teach you inorganic transformation? Bhagsri, you tell. Did I teach inorganic transformation? Where is that girl? Nilima, did I teach? Okay, Saranya, yesterday you were present in class.
No, sir, I have academic class.
Okay. Okay. If I did not teach inorganic transformation, then what I taught yesterday? Mineralization, immobilization, denitrification. What was that? How many of you have two names in your home? One is your pet name or your home name, other is in name in college. Then there can also have another terminology, na?
Yes.
That was the part of that. Okay. Next, that I've taught you. Now I'm going to share you the PPT. This, you have understood the basic things about this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is good. Clear the basic things at first, then after that it is very easy to move the classes in a fast way. Okay. Now see, biofertilizer, it is a substance, okay, in which contains the live microorganism, and when they are applied to the seed or plant surface or soil, they colonize the rhizosphere and they promote the growth of the plant by supplying the nutrients like primary nutrients, secondary nutrients. Okay. It is written that microbial inoculant is more appropriate name of biofertilizer. Is it right? Means better to say biofertilizer. It should be microbial inoculants, because the biofertilizer is what? The population of microorganism. Then you should better tell it as a microbial inoculant because it is applied. Okay. After that, what are saprophytes? Saprophytes are such type of organism which feeds on dead and decaying matter. That are saprophytes. Okay, means microorganisms that are capable of decomposing organic matter, and that as a result, that decomposed part can be used as a fertilizer, and that fertilizer which is used, that will be useful in quick releasing of the nutrients, and that nutrients can be available to the plant. Like in this Aspergillus, Penicillium, Trichoderma, these are all the fungicides which can decompose cellulose of plant materials. Okay. Okay. See what they do. This the natural. See naturally also the process of decomposition is going on. Naturally also, but when you apply the biofertilizer, they accelerate the rate of decompositions. What they do? They accelerate the rate of decompositions. Now you can classify this biofertilizer in different groups. First is nitrogen fixing bacteria or nitrogen fixing biofertilizer. Yeah, nitrogen fixing microbes. What they are doing, they are capable of reducing the from atmosphere. They are reducing the atmospheric nitrogen to ammonia. Okay, and in that enzyme involved is nitrogenase. This is important enzyme name, nitrogenase. Okay, and this process, just we discussed that this process is known as biological nitrogen fixation. Because why fixation? Because that microbes is taking the nitrogen from the atmosphere, reducing them to the ammonia, and then making available to the plant. They are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. That's why biological nitrogen fixation. Now, this chart you should remember by heart. Okay, first is symbiotic nitrogen fixation. Okay, then it is rhizobium, frankia, anabaena, actinomycetic. Free living bacteria, and in free living bacteria, I just tell you that can be aerobic and that can be anaerobic. Did I say? Okay, there is a mistake. Can you see in that? Where is there is a mistake in second part? See the screen.
Anaerobic.
Is there mistake somewhere?
Aerobic is not okay.
What? Azotobacter is aerobic or anaerobic?
Both are anaerobic.
No, which is correct? Anaerobic will be Clostridium or Azotobacter?
Clostridium is anaerobic.
Yes, right. Just I told you before starting of the lecture. Okay, then don't ask question regarding this. That is typing mistake. Okay. Then you see aerobic, anaerobic, then facultative bacteria. After that, if just I've taken you the exam. See, I tell you last year it was asked in RDSO, associative symbiotic bacteria, that is Azospiralium. After that, one is phosphorus solubilizing microbes and one is phosphorus absorbing microbes. Then these examples also you have to remember. Okay, Trichoderma, this is PSM, matlab phosphorus solubilizing microbes, and phosphorus absorbing microbes of BAM, vascular or vascular mycorrhiza. Other, if you see other microbes, then silicate and zinc solubilizer is Bacillus species, mycorrhiza, fungi, non-somatic bacteria, cyanobacteria, algal inoculant, that is blue-green algae, fern, azolla, and sulfur solubilizing bacteria are thiobacillus. This chart you must remember. Surely, if you give 3-4 examinations in a year, then be sure 1 to 2 questions will be asked from these sections. Okay. Next is symbiotic bacteria. In symbiotic bacteria, one will be nodule forming and other will be non-nodule forming. In nodule forming, one will be nodule forming with legume crops and one will be legume forming with non-legume crops. What are legume crops? Legume crops.
Which forms nodules?
Yes.
Nodules, sir.
Nitrogen from atmosphere to the soil.
See what happens. The legume crops used to use the free nitrogen that is available in the nitrogen. In that legume crop, which bacteria are association with it, the legume crop. Okay, and these bacteria are present in the nodules of the legume crop, and these bacteria, what they fix the atmospheric nitrogen, then they do the required conversion, and that convert that in the soil they are converted into available form, and that available form is means uptaken by the this plant. The bacteria which is in symbiont, this is in symbiont with the genus Rhizobium. Whenever there comes in your mind legume crops, then which crops comes first in your mind?
P, sir. Pulses. Pulse.
I think your voice is not getting. Okay, let it be. See, now when you talk about the genus Rhizobium, see in that there is a hemoglobin. This is oxygen carrier in nitrogen fixation in nodules. Okay, and what this is oxygen, because see this they required oxygen for a nitrogen fixation, because when you are talking about the aerobic the bacteria which is of aerobic nature, they will require oxygen for nitrogen fixation. Then oxygen carrier, who is oxygen carrier in that case? In that case, oxygen carrier is hemoglobin, and this is oxygen carrier in nitrogen fixation in nodule. Okay, and it also protects which enzyme? Nitrogenase from oxygen, because nitrogenase has higher affinity for the oxygen. Okay.
Okay.
You do know that rhizobium bacteria is aerobic and heterotrophs. Just we have before talking, when we are talking about the nitrogen fixing bacteria, then that has to be heterotrophs, and rhizobium is aerobic, means they require oxygen, and oxygen which is required for the symbiotic symbiosis is carrier. The carrier of that oxygen is, who is the carrier of that oxygen? Rhizobium requires oxygen. Yes, anyone?
Like hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin.
Yes. Now, bacteria which belongs to the genus Rhizobium, they are generally aerobic and heterotrophs. They are capable of fixing atmospheric nitrogen in association with the leguminous crop. These things is already discussed. Okay. Now you see. Do you remember from where from this section also question was asked? If someone has given the IUPAC from last 2 years, then they must know that from this section question was asked. These are the name of 5 different species of Rhizobium, and these are the legumes in which they are inoculated, and these are the amount of nitrogen fixations. Okay, this chart also you have to remember which Rhizobium species is inoculant in which legume crops, and what is the average amount of nitrogen fixation. This chart you must remember. Okay. Now, see, in this seed, depending upon the seed rate, the required quantity of, what do you mean by seed treatment?
Treating the seed to overcome the dormancy.
Yeah, means overcome the dormancy or make the seed disease free or pest pathogen free. For that, what we do? We do the seed treatment before the sowing of the seed. Okay, and depending upon the seed rate, what is the seed rate, we'll take the required quantity of jaggery, that is boiled, and then it is cooled. After that, in that jaggery, Rhizobium inoculum means what is the rate? 1.5 kg per hectare is mixed in that jaggery solution, and that is sprinkled over the seeds. Then the seeds are uniformly mixed, and so that it can cover all the surface area of the seeds, and then what the entire surface, then seeds are dried, and after that, when the seeds are dried, that are sown into the field. This is the seed treatment process. Okay. Now, just you have seen what you have seen, and that symbiotic association with legume crops. Now you see with the non-legume crops, means with non-legume. And what will come in non-legume? These roots of these plants inoculated by soil, actinomycetes. And in legume, non-legume will come into the attack. This actinomycetes will be active of the genus Frankia. Do you know about Frankia? Something about Frankia? Anyone? No one knows about Frankia.
Free living actinomyces.
Yeah, that is okay. Miss, give some important information about Frankia. No one. Okay, you will get this information when they have. I told you that I'll give the second test. After that, I'll give you information about it regarding that Frankia. But remember, Frankia is one of the good questions. I'll ask you. Don't worry. Globus, Frankia, all these questions will be okay. And see, actually, I said you why we have covered today till when non-legume means the symbiotic nitrogen fixation of legume crop. Okay, means with that nodule forming non-legume. This I did not taught you today. Means what I mean to say is that symbiotic nitrogen fixation nodule forming with legume we have covered till today. Now in next lecture we'll start from the non-legume, after that non-nodule forming, after that phosphorus solubilizing, all that will cover. As I said, I have little work today, that's why I have taken your class today. Otherwise your class was postponed today, but I thought that Saturday Sunday will be gap, then it is not easy, miss, it will not be good to give 3-day gap. Okay, then now your work is to cover all the things that was taught till today, because on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and nearly all the small parts of the soil science will be covered, and after that we will move to the major part regarding this soil fertilizer or this nutrient deficiency, all these sections. Okay, then see you on Monday, and if you have any doubt you can message me right now. Okay.